everyone in Texas affording stuff right now. Minimum wage is still stuck at $7.25 an hour while everything else keeps going up. Rent keeps rising, groceries keep rising, gas keeps rising, utility bills are insane. You can literally work 40 hours every single week and still not afford basic living expenses. After taxes, minimum wage workers are only bringing home around $1,200 a month, while average monthly expenses are closer to $2,000 or more. People are not struggling because they're lazy. They're struggling because the cost of living keeps climbing while wages stay the same.
The truth is, it's not just Texas. It's not just Florida. It's not just California. It's not just New York. This is a problem throughout the entire United States, right? This is an issue throughout the entire America. Truth is, nobody is affording life right now besides the rich, besides the well-off, besides the upper class of society, AKA top 10, top 20% of earners. Those are the people who are able to afford life right now. Those are the people who are not living paycheck to paycheck. And it depends on which salary range we're even talking about in the first place. Because the last time I checked the stats, even people who are making six figures, right? Even people who are making upwards to $200,000 household income are still living paycheck to paycheck. And people have been cutting back for years, man. People have been cutting back, on hobbies. People have been cutting back on food. People have been cutting out, eating out, and just the things people, enjoy on their off time. But the question is now, how much can people actually cut back before it's just taking away the quality of life, right? And I think now we're seeing more than ever, people are sacrificing their quality of life just to survive. And it's just what has to be done at this point in time. There's nothing else to be done. Everything is sky high, right? We're being taxed at the pump. We're being taxed on our paychecks, right? We're being taxed in the grocery stores. We're being taxed on all items, everything that we buy, everything that we want to do. Hell, we're even being taxed on the flights now, right? There's no getting around this. And it's easy to say, well, just save money, right? Just put your money up, right? Live on less and don't spend more than you make, right? But the majority of people in America, we're talking about over 50%. Over 50% of people in America make under $30 an hour, right? The wages are not keeping up with inflation. The federal minimum wage is still, what, is it $7.25? Is it $7.25 an hour? Which is astounding. And you'll still have the older generation, you'll still have people say, well, it's not meant for you to work at that job for years and years. You're supposed to get new skills and learn and pave your way up. I don't disagree with that sentiment, right? I don't disagree with that sentiment. However, you have entry-level jobs, right, who are on the same level as some of these skill jobs. I've heard people who are coming out of school, coming out with degrees, even some with advanced degrees, and they're trying to get into positions that require real skill sets. And you would have some of these fast food positions. You would have some of these managers in fast food positions. Some of these people are making way more money than some of the people who are coming out of college with degrees in a professional field, as some would say. So clearly The problem is not just skills, right? The problem is not just skill sets. We have a overall, societal issue, right? We have an overall corporate greed issue, right? And I don't disagree with, attaining more skills, right? I preach that all the time. Listen, it's time to learn. You got to learn AI. You got to learn this automation, right? Because it's the future. So I don't disagree with that, but you can still see that somebody is pulling the strings, man. Clearly people or entities are pulling strings behind the curtain. And yeah, man, not a lot of people can afford life right now, right? People can't afford to go on their summer trips. A lot of people are canceling summer trips, man, right? All of those trips that were planned for the summer, a lot of that stuff is getting canceled this year, right? And probably years to come at this point, right? I don't even know what to say at this point. It's going to come down to survival of the fittest, ladies and gentlemen. Clearly, they don't want you to have anything, right? I believe that the percentage, now the cost of owning a car has skyrocketed like 15%, probably more than that. Don't quote me on that. But the cost of owning a car has skyrocketed. I mean, the cost of food has skyrocketed. The cost of traveling has skyrocketed. The cost of breathing, simply breathing, is costing you quite a bit of money, right? And a lot of people may say, just, pray and hope and, hope to the Lord that, everything gets better. Well, I think that's the problem as well. And don't get in the comment section, start talking about a revolution. I already told you my opinion on a revolution, right? A revolution is not going to happen, right? People keep talking about, oh, well, we're just going to have a civil war, right? If we have a civil war, it's not even going to be directed at the right people, okay? Y'all are just going to turn those guns on yourselves, fight amongst yourselves, just like they intended you to do so, right? And let's be honest. Let's be very, very honest right now. The elites, the global elites, are turning America essentially into a shit show, right? They know, they've programmed the masses enough to never go against them, right? It's basically the slave master concept, right? Divide and conquer. We are so busy pointing the finger at everybody else, right? You have, the immigration, it's blacks versus whites, Mexicans this, Indians this. We just go down this whole rabbit hole, and people know who's actually pulling the strings, I feel like, right? But people are ignoring it, right? So if people are going to ignore who's actually making life harder for them, it's clear as day, right? It's clear as day that things are being ran by evil entities, especially in our political class. It's clear as day who's running this show, right? Clear as day. But to make it easier on people's minds, to make it easier on, people's consciousness, people are just look the other way, right? And I say, if a revolution, I've said this before, if a revolution were to happen, it should have happened when that list dropped. And everybody know what list I'm talking about. That's when a revolution should have happened. But clearly it did not happen. So I don't think it ever will be. And if we do come into a time period where there will be a civil war, y'all are going to turn those guns on yourselves, right? And I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news or anything like that. I'm just telling you exactly Listen, I study human behavior, okay? I study human behavior. I'm seeing what's going on. I'm seeing the sentiment of a lot of people, right? And the sentiment is not to, oh, go after the real bad guys who was making society horrible for the majority of us. No, you guys want to fight amongst yourselves. And that's why they continue to raise prices. That's why we continue to see taxation without representation. Everybody wants to talk about the founding fathers, but the founding fathers, they set this bitch on fire for less. For less. And at this point in time, we're getting taxed even more than they were. We're getting taxed on every single level. And people just sit down and go along with it, like it's just a regular everyday thing. This stuff has been going on for the past 50 plus years at this point. 50 plus years, right? And has definitely accelerated over the past 20 years for sure. And definitely over the past 8 years for sure. But nobody's gonna do anything about it, right? Everybody's just gonna sit down and complain. And no, I'm not complaining, right? I'm just giving you the news. I'm just telling you what's going on. I'm not complaining. I'm actually I'm actually doing the things that I need to do to be able to survive in this upcoming new world, right? I'm already doing it. So you can sit by and do all that complaining all you want to, and not do anything about it. Or you can take care of your family. You can start learning this AI. You can start learning this automation. You can start learning how to read code. You can start doing things to position yourself. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to who actually wants to do it, right? Nobody said it's going to be easy. And that's the thing. Everybody want this shit to be easy. Everybody want to be at the top of the ladder, but nobody actually want to climb, right? Let me say that one more time. Everybody wants to be at the top of the ladder, but nobody actually wants to climb. And that's the problem with a lot of Americans, right? Let me drink a sip of this coffee. Everybody, right? Everybody just wants to be comfortable. And quite frankly, everybody think that they're just going to wake up one day and everything's going to be back to normal. Man, y'all got another thing coming. I'll tell you right now that shit is just about to get worse and worse. More people are going to lose jobs. More people are going to go hungry. I plan on making a video about the top things that you should be looking out for that is coming to America, coming to a city near you. And this is not a game, man. This is not a drill. This is the real deal. They're coming after you. They're coming after your family. They're coming after your pocket. You will own nothing and be happy used to just be a saying. But now I full-heartedly believe that they truly want you to own nothing and be happy. At this point, be happy or unhappy. They really, quite frankly, don't give a damn. They could care less if you're barely breathing. And sad, unfortunate fact is, most Americans, the majority of Americans, even if you're making six figures, you're barely getting by. You're barely getting by. And that goes for everybody. Even some that would be considered, upper middle class. Even some of them are not getting by. And we stay in a consumer-driven society, man. And it shows, right? It shows. We're over-leveraged for the most part. Everybody's in debt, whether we're talking about student loan debt, whether we're talking about medical debt, whether we're talking about consumer debt. A lot of people are house poor. America is a country of debt, right? And that's why, a big reason why our debt as a country has absolutely skyrocketed and exploded. The US government is a direct example of the people. It's a direct example of the people. It's a representation of the people. And this is why I say Trump got elected, because he's a direct representation of people. He's a direct representation of people, of United States of America, right? And you can deny this all you want to. You can try to cope all you want to, but the facts remain the facts, man. We got into this because we got into this, right? What is going on in this country is because the masses have allowed this. And can we get ourselves out of it? I don't mean to be a nihilist. Truly, I don't mean to be a nihilist. I don't mean to be a pessimist, because truly I'm an optimist, right? I'm actually the complete opposite, right? But at the same time, you have to call a spade, right? When the sky is blue, right? You can't just put up a cover over your eyes and just, call something that is not. And I'll be very honest with you. I don't see us digging ourselves out of this, right? I think we're too far gone. I think the country is too far gone. I think people are too far gone. I think we are too divided. I don't think we're coming together. Well, I know for a fact that we won't be coming together. And that's just that. The whole system will have to be burned down, man. The entire system will have to be burned down. And we will have to start brand new. That's the only way that this is going to happen. That's the only way that we're going to get somewhere. Everything will have to be burned down, right? Everything will have to be burned down. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no voting it in or voting it out. All the politicians are taking money from the you-know-whos. They're taking foreign money. They're invested into foreign interests. And I said this before, mostly in the comment section. I've said that the future is not America. The future is not Americans. And the politicians know this, and the elites know this, and they're putting their money where they see fit and where they see things trending towards. And like I've said, you can deny this, you can cope or whatever. You can keep on walking around saying that, oh, America's the greatest country in the world. Yeah. I mean, maybe that was the case in the 19th century, right? Maybe even some of the 20th century. But in the 21st century, it's not the case anymore. And sad to say that we're done. So it's best for you to start leveraging the power of the US dollar while it's still around. It's best if you start leveraging the power of your American passport while they're still allowing you to travel and while they're still allowing you to get out. Because before you know it, all gates will be closed. All entry and exit points will be closed. And I say that in a literal sense and in a metaphorical sense as well. But if you want to learn how I'm getting out, if you want to invest in yourself, if you truly want to rise above the tide, hit that link in the description. Come over to the Patreon. We're teaching AI. We're teaching how to build applications. Everybody who's in the inner circle is building an app right now, and they are mind blown at what they're even able to accomplish. And that is what I am looking to accomplish, is to get everybody on the same page, build around like-minded individuals who are headed in the same direction. And that's what we're doing on the Patreon. That's what we're doing in the inner circle. If you want to be around like-minded individuals, if you want to be around high intensity, high productive people, come over to the Patreon and take it a step further and come over and join the inner circle. We're moving and grooving, and we are investing into ourselves, and we are staying ahead of the curve, and we won't get left behind. We will be some of the early adopters of pretty much all of this stuff going on right now. You don't want to get left behind. Come and join the Patreon, come and learn something, invest into your mind, invest into yourself, invest into your body. Come on and learn this AI. Come and learn these stocks. Come and learn this crypto. And listen, the after pill is the ideology. The escape blueprint is the framework. And PFP life is how you should live. In purpose, in freedom, and in power. I'll see you guys on the next one. And I'll see you guys on the Patreon. Peace.
I built a life. I built a family. I worked my hands raw to get here. And I'm not done. This is the escape blueprint. PFP life. A way out of the grind and into control. You'll learn how I stack cash, build systems, and reclaim time so you can live on your own terms. You will watch me maneuver and grind towards the life that I achieve for myself, and you can also do the same. Join the circle, join the Patreon, learn the steps, and protect your freedom. The Escape Blueprint, PFP Life.